Yes. 5, 4, 3, 2. Welcome to Inside the Diocese. We are so honored to have with us our guest today, Lieutenant Colonel Pete Guerra and his mother, Suzanne Guerra. And they are here to talk to us, or to inform us, about this extraordinary, wonderful native son of Acadiana named Father Joseph Verbis Lafleur. And so let's start with you. First of all, welcome to our program.
Well, thank you for having us very much.
And Mr. Guerra, may I call you Pete?
Yes, please.
Okay. Tell us, how did you get involved with the story of Father Lafleur?
Sure.
Tell us a little bit about him and what makes him so special.
Sure. It was certainly divine providence that got us involved in this. I had just finished a metal package for a relative of mine, and I felt prepared to help in this cause, and I was asked to support and to try to help jumpstart Father Lafleur's cause. He lived a very selfless life, and after I read his story, I felt inspired by the Holy Spirit to help as well, and put together a Medal of Honor package, which was submitted to the Army. And so that's what got me first involved. Started that about 2 years ago, submitted it to the Army in 2008, end of 2008 in October. And then about a year ago started working on a book, again, to further try to bring more attention to this cause that we're trying to jumpstart.
Now, I understand from the material that you submitted to me that Father Lafleur served during the Second World War.
Yes, ma'am.
And that he actually volunteered for military duty shortly after he was ordained.
He did. He spent his only pastoral assignment in Abbeville, Louisiana. And one thing you know about Father Lafleur is he was immensely patriotic, very loyal. He was doing wonderful things in Abbeville, particularly with the youth, but like I said, he was very, very patriotic. He certainly saw the handwriting on the wall. War was looming in Europe, looming in America, already active in Europe and in the Pacific, and he felt like he needed to serve in the military, and so he went through that process. But interestingly, and he was persistent, because he was denied initially by the bishop.
Bishop Jarmard.
That's correct. That's correct. But eventually, the bishop conceded and allowed him to go serve, and he served and then some.
And I can understand Bishop Jarmard's concern, because from the just reading the synopsis of your book, and the book is entitled "But He Dies Not."
That's correct.
Beautiful, and how he impacted the youth, especially in the area of Abbeville.
He really took a liking to, he just came in right away, and within a month he's forming up the Boy Scouts. He coached several sports, baseball, basketball, football. He went and procured equipment, you know, because remember, we're in the heart of the Depression at this time. Yes,
right.
ma'am.
He sold his watch, you said, you know, and to buy baseball gloves and baseball equipment.
That's correct. No one knew about that either, you know, so he was very selfless in everything that he did. And he really exuded the virtue of charity, you know, throughout his whole life. And you saw that apparent really as a seminarian. You started to see that, but certainly in Abbeville as his 3 years as a priest, and then unbelievably as a chaplain in World War II.
And Suzanne, your role in all of this is to support your son in his endeavor, and also as a co-author of the book.
Right. I wrote some of the book. Of course, he did the majority, because he had done the Medal of Honor packet, and a lot of the information was gotten originally from there. Also, since he had died 66 years ago, we had to go to letters that were written to his family, family accounts of things that had happened while he was alive. So the information, it was a little hard to come by, because he had been dead for 66 years. So Pete also went into the archives in D.C. while he was stationed at the Pentagon, and he got some of the information there. And the people that survived that had served with him were so impressed by him that they wrote these beautiful letters to the family. And a lot of the information that we have in the book is from these eyewitness accounts of things that he did in the war, and they were able to observe and tell about through these letters.
And prior to our program today, when we were just talking, we were talking about divine providence's role in Father Lafleur's story. Tell us, Suzanne, about the heartwarming, occurrence that happened to you in Houston when you went to church there.
Right. I go to daily mass, and I was there, and a friend of mine, more or less an acquaintance, came up to me with a card, and she said, these are cards, prayer cards, for this priest that they're trying to start a cause for, and open his cause for possibly him becoming a saint. And she said, here's his prayer card. And I said, well, my gosh, that's the picture that I saw growing up in my grandmother's house. That's Father Lafleur. And I knew that Pete had just worked on a packet for his uncle, a metal packet for his uncle. So after I was introduced to Father Ledoux, he said, well, we're trying to petition possibly for a Medal of Honor for Father Lafleur. And I said, well, I think my son might be able to help you. So one thing led to another, and next thing you knew, Pete was working on a Medal of Honor packet for Father Lafleur.
God's love and mercy throughout all of this for us, those of us that are going to be able to witness, what you're working on. And so I want to thank you for taking the time, in your life to even, and the interest, to be able to work on the book. The book is already published, is it? Or is it coming?
We're finalizing the final proof today, and so it's going to go to print here directly. And,
awesome.
And our goal is to have it ready for the next Memorial Mass on the 7th of September.
Okay.
And possibly do some book signings in the area as well.
Awesome. Now, maybe we can get you back.
That would be great. That
for
would
an
be great.
update. Give us the website where we can go for more information,
Sure.
Pete.
It's important because that's where a lot of the updates are going to occur henceforth. It's fatherlafleur.org. So Father spelled out, Lafleur spelled out, .org.
Okay.
Is the website.
And for more information, they can certainly call the Office of Pro-Life Issues at 337-261-5607. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having us.
My pleasure.
Stay tuned, folks. There's more to come on Tell the People.